When I first saw the trailer for Mirzapur season 3, I was like, ooh, we are gonna get more of a violence show like The Boys and Invincibles, even though it's not a superhero show, but still like something of that level. But then as I watched it, the violence was there, but the hype was nowhere as close to what it built on for all these years. I said this last time too, and I'll say it again. What happens when you involve nepotism slash politics into something really good? Well, yeah, you turn it into shit.
कीजिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, खेलिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, करते रहिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, आल हुआ मीटिंग.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even though they brought in the theory of the throne and who gets the throne, who fights for the throne, it wasn't all too bad in the end. So, yeah, before we start the review, let me just put out a spoiler warning real quick for you guys so that you can just quickly watch the 10 episodes and then come back and watch this review. Okay, now that you have watched the show, yeah, let's get into it. Um, as we know, we lost Munna Bhai at the end of season 2, and yeah, his absence was felt a lot in this season. And I was wondering to myself, like, who would replace him or fill his shoes or whatever. And even though it was nowhere close to filling his shoes, I think the person who played Sharad Shukla, like at first it was a really weak start from him, but as the plot started building up and as he started making plans along with Kalin Bhaiya, who is still alive by the way, you must have known by now. His footing started making a really great foundation, and the way the confidence he had throughout the show was, and of course the acting was really brilliantly. He tried to film Munna Bhaiya show even though he couldn't. Really did a great job. Yeah. And one more huge complaint that everyone and me had was how they brought in and took about Golu's story in this. That showing her like a big gangster who fears none, but it just fell flat. It wasn't great watching it. Just the character wasn't good at all. Like, I'm not blaming the acting here, just the character building was, and the decisions she took as an individual weren't great, and you know what happened, and it just tumbled down really bad. Also, after so many complaints, don't think it was all bad. One of the things I enjoyed the most is the story of Shatrughan. It was so good. He had Golu tied up, playing as Bade, who is Bharat Tyagi, and hide the fact that he has Golu with him, then have that chemistry with his wife as well, like Saloni, his kid. It's just so much chaos happening that every scene which has Shatrughan is amazing. That is one huge 10 out of 10 that I would like to give the Mirzapur season 3 here. His story, even though he did not really impact things with Guddu here, but still the things that went along with his story and his arc was beautifully written, and whoever wrote this character did a beautiful job. Kudos to that. So yes, coming to the main point here, Guddu's arc was also really beautifully written. I think it was mainly focused on him this season, trying to show like how he first would not try to rely on violence all the time, but then he'd get out of control, first losing Golu, and then his father is in jail, and a lot of things happening to him, and he's trying to control that. And yeah, at the end of season episode 9, what happens? He kills Robin, which is really sad. That one of the, like, even though Robin did not play a huge role compared to others, it was still very disheartening and heartbreaking to watch him die like that at that scene. And of course, everyone is really mad about Kalin Bhaiya not really getting screen time here, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, coming to the point, was it a filler season? Definitely it was. And was it a bad filler season? Absolutely not. But it was pretty good, and after you get holding on the plot, like everything was in place, it all came along really smoothly. You get why things were so shitty in the beginning just to end so beautifully. But did we deserve a filler season after so many years? Absolutely not, and that is justified as to why season 3 wasn't the best season, or even the worst season compared to the previous two. So yeah, keeping it short, let's just rate this. Mirzapur season 3, as you know, wasn't at its best, so I would like to give it a 7 out of 10. It was still good, but yeah, not the best. Maybe season 4 would come off with a bang. Yeah, so yeah, that was my review for Mirzapur season 3. I hope you all kinda liked it as well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next review. Bye bye.